Hey guys, this is Betty with Shore Life Creations. Jane has been so kind to invite me to her page today to use one of her signs. Let me get set up so I can see if I'm live and if I'm on the right spot. Hopefully I'm in the right page. My Mevo wanted to do an update just before I came on. So, let's see. I'm a couple minutes early, so I'm not going to start until it's time. I just wanted to make sure everything was going to work. Of course, if it didn't, then we'd be in a mess. We'd be in a heck of a mess. Oh, there I am. All right. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. So I know I'm in the right spot. A lot of times, you know, I could be in the right church, be in the wrong pew. That's part of my game. Thank you, Lynn. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. And again, once again, I know I said it early before anybody came on. My name's Betty. I'm with Shore Life Creations. I have my own business, wreathing business. Jane was so kind to invite me to do a live on her page using one of her signs. And I appreciate her so much for being so kind. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let me see if for some reason my Facebook is acting up for me. And I don't think anybody else has said they've had this problem. But all of a sudden when I'm on somebody's live video watching, even my own, the comments used to on a laptop come from the other direction and go up or down. Now they're going up. They're the opposite of what they were before, so it confuses me. And I have nowhere to type in a comment of my own. So I can't pin anything or put anything at the top because I have no box to type in. So I don't know what Facebook's doing, but it's not being very nice to me. Good to see you too, Vicky. Diana, that's the life of Facebook anymore. It's going to throw you a curve no matter what. You've had the same problem? Well, does it straighten itself out, or are you still having the same problem? Because this has been 2 days that I've had this problem. Hey, Diane. 2 days I've had this problem. And I mean, I go to people's lives and try to comment. I can't. Or sometimes it'll let me make one comment and then the box disappears. I can't type anything else in. So I don't know. I've been a little nervous today about going on Jane's page. I don't know why I do lives all the time, but it's something about being on somebody else's page. It's like, what if I mess up? Which I normally do. Nothing out of the ordinary. So I was sitting here earlier trying to figure out what kind of bow I was going to do. So does this give you all an idea? This is the one I'm going to go with. This is the bow that I've decided to use. But before that, I did this one. And I did this one. Trying to make up my mind what kind of bow I wanted to use on this wreath. So I think I decided on this one. So I already went ahead and did it just because I did this one first. And I thought, you know, that needs a little something else in it. Starting off color. So then I did this one with some gray. But this, even though the sign is, I think, gray, Jane will have to correct me. But I think it's a gray. Or maybe it's a, I don't know. It's like a greenish gray. I'm not sure exactly what color that is. So then I thought, maybe I will add something that has lace in it to break it up. Well, this ribbon here, let me tell you, this is some thick ribbon. And you put it with 2 more ribbons. Yeah, I was fighting with it. And I almost lost it at the end because the wire let go. And I thought, well, if I could get this back together, this is the one I'm going to use. Good deal, Lynn. I'm glad you like it. But I'm still not sure what color this sign is. If anybody out there that's watching has not bought a sign from Jane, I can't imagine who that would be. But she always sends them wrapped in plastic and protected very well. So I'm going to take it out of the plastic now that y'all see that. I didn't want to open it up too soon. But keep it protected. And I think it's a green. I think it's like a very soft sage green. And I could have gone with some green ribbon, sage green, but I don't have any sage green, so I guess not. That wasn't going to be a choice. Not a choice today. Alright, let's see. If I miss a comment, guys, just say it again, because like I say, my Facebook is being difficult with me today. So, we're going to get rid of this bow. We'll save it for another project. We'll get rid of this bow, and we'll save that one for another project. And we're going to use this one. I'm first going to put my zip tie mounts. Hey Veronica, welcome from Europe. Nice to have you here. I'm going to put my zip tie mounts on my sign. And I may have to cut that off because that twig is bothering me. So if you're bothering me, you got to go. Just like people in your life. If they're bothering you, they got to go. Just whack them right out of your life. And I think I'm going to put the sign down at the bottom. So you have to figure out where you're going to position where your zip tie mounts are going to go. And I'm thinking we need one down here and we need one right about here. So it goes into the meat of the wreath. Hey Christina, what's up with you, chickie? I'm just muddling through over here. Nobody sent me any Xanax, so I'm having to muddle through on mine without help. I was asking for Xanax earlier. I thought I was really going to need it when I opened up my Mevo and it said it wanted to do an update and connect me with Vimeo, and I was like, oh no, this is what Lauren went, well, hell, what Lauren went through yesterday. And she could never get hers to come on, and I thought, I'm going to get ready and go live on Jane's page, and I'm not going to be able to get my Mevo to turn on. That's not going to be good. But I worked it out. It came through for me. Came through for me in a pinch. Alright. I'm putting a little dab of, good Lord, Betty, stop sticking it to yourself. A little dab of Rapid Fuse on the back. And I mean just a little dot. And then I'm adding the zip tie mount. And y'all, if I lose my train of thought, that's typical for me. If you've never watched me before, sometimes my train jumps the track and I forget what I was saying. But I usually get it back after a while. Alright, I'm going to add my bow now. You'd sell your left arm for a Mevo. Well, I don't know that I'd go quite that far, but I do like it. I do like it. Now, I'm not using an easel, guys, and I have one, but I cannot seem to figure out what setup, how I need to be. The last time I used it, I got a lot of comments about there was too much stuff in the background that was too distracting, which, you know, that's my life. My life is distracting around here. I have a lot of stuff, especially in this room, where all my supplies are. So until I can figure out a better way to set that up, we're going to work on the tabletop. Yeah, Diane, my squirrels jump plenty of trees. Christina, you having a problem there, honey? Alright. Bow's on, that's not going anywhere. And I'll trim the wire up when I get to the end. Okay. Now, of course, there's going to be cotton on here, but I want to do the background with some ficus, which again is something that I rarely use. I use a lot of leather leaf, and I can't say that 3 times real fast. Leather leaf and other green fillers. Thank you, Tess. Thank you, Denise. But I need to get out of my comfort zone and start using some of the ficus, because it does look nice with the cotton. And this ficus actually came from Decor. I don't know if they still have any left or not. The cotton came from Decor. I know they have cotton in the store now, because I saw it yesterday. I didn't need any, but I saw it. I have my glue pot over here. Love my glue pot. I can make a mess in my glue. And we're just going to start adding some green. And I'm going to try and zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing and not look at me, because nobody needs to be looking at me. Hey, Lana. Hey, Paula. Thank you, Tess. I always appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody that has jumped in just to say hi. You're only coming in for a few minutes, that's fine too. I appreciate every one of you guys. Some of you I don't know because you're coming from Jane's page. So it's nice to meet the new folks out there. And maybe you'll go over and like my page. I think I am 52 likes away from 3,000. So I'm getting close. I'm not anywhere close where Jane is. Bless her heart, she worked hard for those likes. But I'm getting there. Slow but sure. If anybody wants to jump over to my page and like my page that hasn't, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Excuse me. And I just let the dog out. And she came back in because I figured I would get started on this. She was upstairs asleep. And as soon as I get started on it, she'd want to go outside, and I'd have to get up and go let her out. Because, you know, they're like children. They don't want anything till you get on the telephone or, you know, talking to somebody, or then they got to have some attention. Alright, I don't know how much more we need of this. You all have questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you have constructive comments on what I should do different, I have no problem with that. Because I'm always open to learn something new. It won't hurt my feelings. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Denise. Go by followers, yeah? Yeah, that's a psychological boost. If I go by followers, I already went over the 3,000. I'm always trying to push myself, though. Trying to push in this business. Everybody is. Everybody's trying to make their way. And I think it's wonderful. And I love my community of wreathers and sign makers, and you know, I think we're a wonderful group of people. Alright, I'm going to lay off the green for a minute. Now, I got this bunch of flowers last weekend. And I also got some that are in like the mauve shade that I just fell in love with. Because the leaves are kind of like this dusty, grayish, tan color. So I'm going to put some of these in here with the cotton. Nancy, it's not hard, honey. If I can do it, anybody can do it, because, you know, I am no pro. Alright, now we have smaller blooms. I'm going to take the bigger bloom with the, I think I'm going to use the ones with the grayish color in them. If I can get my mouth to work. And put those up next to the bow. This is a smaller one. I'll save that down further. And I love it when you can get these bushes with so many blooms on them. It's such a great value. And I can't remember how much this was. I got it from A.C. Moore. And, I mean, you just get so much bang for your buck when you're able to get a bush instead of singles. Alright, so let's see where we're going to go with this. And I'm going to bend it so it's facing kind of more out instead of this direction. I want it facing more this direction. So when you see it on somebody's door, you're looking more at the flower instead of the side of the flower. And I'm not sure whether this stem's too long, but we're going to try it out. Because I want it in the grapevine to grab onto the grapevine and not go all the way through. It's not going through, but it doesn't seem to want to be grabbing. Got to make sure it grabs. Okay? And it didn't, so we're going to cut it off and try it again. Because nothing's going to leave here out of my shop unless it's secure. That is for sure. Okay. Let's give it a second. I think it'll set up. Thank you, Judy. Turn it around and do one on the other side. So your wreath is even. You've got the same kind of business going on both sides. Because, you know, you got to keep your business equal. You don't want your wreath to be jealous on one side. so far. Try not to poke my eye out. So far. Okay. I see the hearts. Thank you guys. Now, what do I want to do? I think we'll add some cotton. Start incorporating some cotton. I'm going to probably add some more flowers too. But I'm not sure. I think I have another bunch, so. But I'm going to put the cotton in various places. Because, you know, we're talking about cotton picking. So, like so. And then we'll go to the other side. Oops, sorry. You're out of my frame. I didn't mean to get you out of the frame. Did I mention that husbands are like your dogs and your children too? Because they don't ever come home for lunch or do anything, come bother you until you're unalive. Does anybody else have to experience that? I'm getting a look. Just so y'all know, I'm getting a look. Alright, tuck that cotton in there. Let's see. My glue pot's starting to look like Damon's. It's got some stuff in there. That's scary. Because, you know, his glue pot, I don't think he's ever changed it or cleaned it. And he's got foreign objects in there. I'm not sure what they are. Alright. Let's see. I need another one of those. That's like this one, I think. Thank you, Roxanne. I have several polka dot ribbons. I am kind of a polka dot fanatic, but I think that's because they're very in trend this year, polka dots. Last year, I think the in trend was more chevron. This year, I think it's polka dots. Or at least it has been through the spring. So, we all seem to like the polka dots. Especially the big polka dots. And the other bow I did had the big polka dots in it, but I just wasn't feeling it for this wreath. Alright, now we need more cotton. I see your comments, Leslie. I don't catch everybody's. Because my little screen is so shrunken for some reason. My chat box, I can't catch everybody's comments. And I apologize for that, guys. And if you guys are coming from my page, which I've seen Roxanne and a few others from my page coming over, take a minute and check out Jane's Front Door Decor. She has an Etsy shop. This is her page, her business page that she invited me into, which I felt so honored that she would allow me to do that. And if you need signs, she's got them. She's got every sign you can imagine, and if she doesn't, just let her know, and I'm sure she'll make it for you. Facebook's killing me too. I think it's all of us. I don't know what they're doing, but they're driving us crazy. My hand will not let me pull that down. So, more than one way to skin a cat. That's not long enough. That's why I wanted to pull it down. So I had a longer piece to work with. Can't decide what I want to do, put in next. I think I want some of these in there too. Where, I'm not sure yet. Lordy. Y'all see okay? Oops, wait a minute. I saw a question. Yes, you can. If you have cotton balls instead of the stems, just take the cotton ball itself and put glue, hot glue on it, and just stick it on the base. You can stick it on a grapevine, you can stick it on a mesh wreath. Just make sure when you're sticking it on the mesh wreath, you're sticking it to the ties, not the mesh, because the mesh is not going to hold it. Mesh doesn't do well with hot glue. It doesn't like it. So if you stick it to your, where your twist ties are, because when I do my coastal wreaths and I attach seashells to my mesh wreath, I always take hot glue and put on the back of them and stick the seashells to the twist ties. I twist the ties down tight into a tight little knot kind of thing and stick it to them, so I know it's not going anywhere. Thank you, Denise. That was so sweet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'd like to get to 3,000 so then I can change my focus to 5,000. Because, you know, there's no end to it. But I always set goals, achievable goals first. And then go from there. Let me look at it. I need something else over here. We need something over here. What are we going to use? I have these flowers. These neutral colors for fall just really hit me. I couldn't resist. Couldn't resist buying several. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Because, you know, my husband would tell you I have a little bit of a problem. I have a little bit of a problem when it comes to buying supplies. And I told him I'm not the only one. He doesn't believe me. Or he doesn't really care. I don't know which one it is. That he doesn't believe me or he doesn't care that I'm not the only one. But it does not stop me. Yeah, that goes there. It's kind of like a puzzle. You find a piece and you see if it fits, and if it looks alright, then you go with it. But yeah, he's pretty supportive. Even though the house is a wreck and I've got stuff everywhere, he's really supportive. Can't find those everywhere, so I think I'll hold on to him. Because my kids kind of pick on me too about it. About what a mess I have, or how much stuff I have, or that I'm taking over the house. But they don't live here anymore, so, you know, that doesn't bother me much either. They're grown. Well, my daughter lives here now. Again. For now. As long as I let her. She just got out of college, just started her job. So she's got to get on her feet a little bit before she gets out on her own, I think. If this morning is any indication, she won't be going anywhere anytime soon, since she's supposed to be at work at 9. It takes her about 45 minutes or so to get there. And at 8 o'clock, I thought to myself, I haven't seen her this morning. So I went to the steps and called upstairs, and I got a, I said, are you up? Yeah. I said, well, it doesn't sound like it. So needless to say, she was flying like a bat out of you-know-what this morning, trying to get ready and get to work on time. Not a good way to start. That one's sticking off pretty high. So we're going to bend him. Chuck him in there a little bit, so he's not sticking out there so much. Alright, now let's put our sign on and see what we have left area-wise. $35 and move back in. Well, you know, what are you going to do? You can't very well just kick them to the curb as much as we'd like to sometimes, but she'll get there, I think. And I want brown pipe cleaners to blend in with my Grapevine Wreath. And I happen to have 2. So we'll stick those right in the back of our cable tie twist mounts. Absolutely, Denise. Absolutely. Sometimes it's a blessing. Nice to have them back sometimes, because I can see the day when I will need them. To help. It's just not yet. And I did not enjoy being an empty nester. When she left home, my son had already been gone to college for 4 years, and then she went to college, and I didn't like being an empty nester. Thank you, Linda. Hey, Diane. You know, everybody counts down the days till they're going to be an empty nester. And I hated it. So, I'm not complaining. Alright. Got my signs cinched down. Let me stand up and get a look at it from a distance here. And see what else I need to add. A few more ficus leaves, you think? I mean, on this side? Down the sides? Oh, good Lord, Chris. Well, my son went 5 years and got his master's, and my daughter went 4 years, and she's in debt probably till she's 90 because she went to a private college. That was her choice. So she'll have to live with the bill. Because at my age, I'm not starting out in debt again. So I told her that was up to her, which the college she chose was the right fit for her. I believe that. She needed that smaller college environment. But I would have never gone and spent that kind of money for 4 years. I mean, that's just unreal. I mean, she's in debt now about $135,000 that she's got to pay off. So, yeah, she'll be old and gray by the time she gets that paid off. And, I mean, I expect to owe that if I was going to be a doctor or something like that, but she was just a communications and psychology major. So I can't imagine if she'd gone 7 years, what that would have been. I wouldn't have wanted to know. What's everybody up to today? Anybody doing anything fun? Other than this is fun. Anybody doing anything fun? I'm just filling in with some ficus leaves now. And dropping stuff in my lap. But, you know. Thank you, Shirley. That's sweet. I appreciate that. Get these smaller little leaves. I'm close to trying not to burn myself. Just don't have a whole lot of branch to hold on to. And I wanted some leaves over top of the bow. Sticking up. Yes, Jane, this wreath will be for sale in my Etsy shop. Once I get done, I will post it, take pictures and post it in my Etsy shop. I'm from the Eastern Shore of Virginia. Hey, Allison. So I'm right on the East Coast. You can't get any further east than where I am, or you're in the water. I'm a mile from that way to the ocean, and a mile that way to the bay. So I'm surrounded. I am surrounded. So we get a lot of hurricane activity and things like that in the fall. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Allison. Hey, Shirley. I mean, if I missed y'all's comments, I'm sorry. Like I say, my Facebook has been acting up and I can't see but like 3 comments at a time. So when they go by, I can't get them back. Alright, guys. I think this cotton Pickin bless wreath is finished. So let's zoom out and take a good look at it. I appreciate that, Allison. Y'all get a good look at the wreath. You see anything that you think needs to be changed or added? I'll try to get it straight, but everything's backwards. Thank you, guys. I might stick one more piece of cotton on this side that doesn't have a piece right here. If I look at it on the camera, I can see little spots that need a little something. But other than that, guys, I think this one is called what we call done. And this is one I'm going to just take the head off. I'm not going to use a stick. Try to take the head off. Oops, don't drop the whole thing of cotton in your hot glue. Doesn't go well. And we're going to put that right there beside the sign and try and wiggle him in good. Okay, so we can color this one. We can color this one done. Jane, I appreciate you having me today. I feel very blessed, and I appreciate all you guys coming to watch. I feel that blesses me even more. check out my page. I'll post this in my Etsy shop. It'll be listed in there in the next 20 minutes or so. I appreciate everybody coming by and supporting me and my little business, and supporting Jane and her business. She appreciates every one of y'all too. And y'all keep smiling and have a great rest of your afternoon. Bye.